You're listening to
Catholic Sprouts,
the daily podcast for Catholic kids that strives to plant seeds of faith. Today's podcast is brought to you by OSV Kids, a magazine designed to help children grow in their faith throughout the liturgical year. To find out more, head to osvkids.com. Hey there, Sprouts. Today is Thursday, December 2nd, 2021. Now, this week, the first week of Advent, we are talking about why our church is timeless, why it doesn't change with the times and change our core teaching. The reason, of course, is because our church was founded by Jesus, and the truths that inform the rules of our faith are from God. So today we are going to tackle the first big objection that many people have to Catholic teaching, and these have to do with the rules about love and marriage. Now, there are many modern issues that fall into this big bucket. We're going to talk about the fact that marriage is permanent and that you can't just dissolve a marriage through a legal divorce. Sacramental marriages last forever. But this also applies to things like the way that we dress, whether we are married or not, just valuing our bodies. And also it has to do with the care that we take to protect ourselves from seeing lies or damaging things in movies and TV, things that show a warped or wrong display of what love and marriage is. So first of all, to understand this, we need to go back to God's teaching on love. God is love. And in many stories throughout the Bible, especially through the lived life of Jesus Christ shared in the gospel, we see what love is. And that gives us a standard that we need to apply to all relationships, but in particular to marriage. So first of all, we know that love is a gift, that love is a gift that we give. It's not necessarily something that we give and take. It is something that we give. It is a free gift. Also, love bears fruit, right? Relationships in a marriage, a loving marriage, that fruit is children, right? Children are the fruit of a loving marriage. That love is faithful, that it endures. God is the perfect example of this. When we sin, He remains faithful. He doesn't say, well, too bad, you broke our relationship, it's over. He is always there offering mercy and forgiveness and asking us to start again. And also, love does not get hung up on the exterior. Love doesn't see that you have a sin and label you and think that's your whole identity. Thank goodness, right? Love sees beyond that, and love sees our true identity, and our truest identity is that we are sons and daughters of God, that we are baptized into His family, and that we are worthy of love because of that. So that is the true Catholic understanding of love. It's not just a feeling. It's not something that can end. It's not something that gets stuck on judgment. So because of all of this, because marriage should show the world the way that God loves us, it only makes sense that marriage is forever. That when a husband and wife go and profess their vows in a church in front of their friends and in front of God, those vows will never end. As long as they are alive on this earth, they are bound together. God also tells us that through the sacrament of marriage, two become one, and that cannot be undone. Now, this is a truth that every Christian denomination believed and promoted, but in our modern world, with divorce rates getting higher and higher, Many Christian denominations have accepted divorce, that divorce is just what happens and that marriages end. Now, the Catholic Church does not claim that marriage is easy. If your parents are listening with you, they can probably attest to the fact that marriage is hard. It's hard to get along with the same person all the time. They can drive you a little crazy. And also, it's hard to feel those like really happy love feelings all the time. Things can change and life can be hard. And yet, because marriage is a sacrament, it remains, it endures, and through God's grace, we can really understand what true love is. So that is the reason why marriage will always be forever in the Catholic Church. Even if things in the larger world change and fall apart, this teaching will remain, not because it was created by human beings, but because it is a truth revealed by God. And so in this situation, and in every situation where the church has unchangeable teachings, the church is not the creator of this rule. The church is a messenger. The church is the protector of a truth. And so, Sprouts, I just want you to realize that as you grow and as you explore more issues about love and marriage, even ones where the church has a strong teaching that this is right, this is wrong, realize that the church isn't just making these things up. The church is simply taking this truth of God who has revealed what true love is, and it is applying it to each of these situations. It is taking truth and applying it to our world. It is showing us what is right and wrong so we don't have to go out there and make mistakes and figure it out ourselves. So trust that the truth exists within the Catholic Church and that the rules and laws that we have as Catholics will keep us in that truth. And so, Sprouts, my challenge for you today is if you have other questions about this, to talk about this with your parents or teachers. If you think of another issue on the topics of love or marriage that you want to talk about with them privately, to do that. But it is a good thing to have questions. We just simply need to be open and truly invested in the fact that our church does have the truth, and our church is eager to share that truth with us.
That's it for Catholic Sprouts today. We'll be back tomorrow, but until then, continue to grow in your faith and truly sprout into the beautiful creation that God created you to be.
Just one more thing. We at Catholic Sprouts would like to wish you a very holy and meaningful Advent season. We also would like to invite you to come into the Catholic Sprouts app and give it a try for Advent. For the first time ever, we are offering a 7-day free trial. So you can come in, try it out, see if it's right for your family. We also are featuring an audio version of our Jesse tree inside of the app. So if you've always failed to make it through the Jesse tree before, this is a perfect way to do it. Each lesson is only about 4 minutes long, perfect for the car or for the evening, and it will truly allow your family to journey with the ancient Israelites all through salvation history and prepare your hearts to welcome Jesus at Christmas. Again, you can come in and try it free for 7 days. To find the direct link to set up your account and give it a try, just check the notes for this podcast episode.
This show is a production of the Spoke Street Media Podcast Network. For more great podcasts, visit spokestreet.com.